All right, let's bring in the House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer for more on this. Mr. Chairman, thanks for being with us. You know, when you take a look at this case, one dead or missing scientist, that's a mystery. 2 might be a coincidence, but 11? How do you take that?
Well, it does appear that there's a high possibility that something sinister is taking place here. This has been going on, obviously, for the last 3 years. So what I found in 3.5 years as chairman of the House Oversight Committee is sometimes government agencies don't do a good job of sharing information on situations like this. So we've asked all those agencies, the Department of Energy, NASA, the Department of War, to all share information with us so that we can see if we can put it together and find any missing links to try to solve what's going on here, because it's very unlikely that this is a coincidence. So Congress is very concerned about this. Our committee is making this one of our priorities now, because we view this as a national security threat.
I just want to put up the scientists who died. And some of them, it was fairly obvious. One person was shot out in front of their home, but we don't know why. Michael David Hicks, 59 years old. Frank Maywald, 61. Nuna Lorea, 47. Jason Thomas, 45. Amy Eskridge, 34. Carl Grillmere, 47. All died between 2023 and 2026. I mean, the oldest one there was Maywald. He was only 61, so I don't think they're dying of natural causes. Missing scientists: Monica Reza, 60, Melissa Cassius, 53, Anthony Chavez, 79. As David Spunt pointed out, they both work for the Los Alamos lab. Stephen Garcia, 48, and then the Air Force Major General William McCaslin, retired at 68. When you say something nefarious could be going on, what are you thinking?
Well, look, what's going on in Iran has to do with nuclear capabilities and the United States not wanting Iran to have a nuclear weapon. We are the obvious leader in nuclear technology. These people that have either died or are missing now, these were the leaders in the research in helping to ensure that we stay the leader in nuclear technology. So that's why it's a concern. Every country wants to have our type of nuclear knowledge and our nuclear intellectual properties, but for whatever reason, we're seeing these mysterious cases of incidents with our nuclear scientists, and it's concerning. If it were, as you said, 3 or 4, maybe it's a coincidence, but with 11, and the way they've all, had different instances of death by shooting, missing, just mysterious illnesses. This is a concern, and we're taking it very seriously.
Well, like you, the president wants to look into this. He's tasked the FBI with investigating. Here's what Kash Patel told Maria Bartiromo on Sunday Morning Futures.
We're going to look for connections, like you said, on whether there are connections to classified access to classified information and/or foreign actors, and then we will produce that information to the White House and the world, because it's of such great public importance. And if there's any connections that lead to nefarious conduct or conspiracy, this FBI will make the appropriate arrest.
How soon, Mr. Chairman, do you think you might have some information, not necessarily conclusions, but just some information?
Well, we better get it pretty soon, because that's something that my patience is thin with getting information that we request, especially in the Republican administration. So hopefully we'll get it. And again, what I've seen in 3.5 years is a lot of these agencies, even in the same administration, don't always cooperate and share information. So we're trying to do that to ensure that every bit of information that's available, we can look at and see if we can connect any dots. So hopefully we can learn something, and we want to work with Kash Patel. I have 100% confidence in Kash and his ability as FBI director. But again, a lot of these agencies, for whatever reason, and it may be turf battle, or it may be, they have other priorities, but they're not real good at sharing information and putting it all together. We're seeing that in a lot of investigations we're doing right now.
All right, well, hopefully they will in this case. I mean, this really kind of flew underneath the radar. When Peter Doocy brought it up to the president last week, I said, what? We hadn't heard about it. So hopefully we'll get more information. You'll be there at the tip of the spear. Mr. Chairman, thanks for being with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.